Okay, this particular video is about how to do well in your class. And the subject for Math 91 is, hey, I'm doing the homework, I'm doing the quizzes, but I'd like to make sure that I'm really getting the most out of it, that I'm understanding. Because basically, just doing the homework sometimes is probably not enough for some students. And so they like to have additional practice. Um, and so that's a good way to, so here's a good way to doing that. So do that by going to the study plan. So you click on the study plan here, and then you see this new screen where you can practice and quiz yourself. And so you click on all chapters, then you get the whole book. And so here is the whole book setup. And so you can click on any chapter that you're working on in the software. So let's say you're in chapter 2 and one of the sections is 2.2. You click on that and it comes up with additional problems, a lot of them. In fact, there's not you don't have time to do them all. They're giving you lots of them. And so that's a good way to get practice besides just doing your homework and your quizzes. So let's say you wanted to learn about linear inequalities symbolically. Okay, you could click on this particular problem here. And so you go into this problem, okay, and you can actually do this problem. One thing that's cool though is if you go to questions, you can view the example, you can have an animation, you can go right to the textbook, or you can ask my instructor. So you could actually send this to me and say, I tried to do this problem, it's not working, I'm not getting it, could you help me out? And that's true with any homework problem. If you're working on a homework problem and you're stuck and you've gone through all these sources, you can actually come to me. So here is, like for example, animation. Animation is nothing more than a video stepping you through it. Or you could click on view an example and it literally will walk you through it. So you just click on this and it will step you through each part of the problem. And that's a good way to kind of help you if you're stuck on doing a particular problem. So this is a nice feature to do. So also, like I said, the animated feature is also there. So you can basically set this up. You can go into the intro, tutorials, some activities, just ways to help you when you're stuck and you're just not understanding it, either from me or not understanding it from what have you've been doing so far or other people. This is just another source to help you that's there. Okay, so let's get out of that. Also, there are films. So these are the little films here. So if you clicked on this one, you could actually look at this problem where someone is doing a video of it. So you could actually see somebody do this particular problem. And that's another nice one. So here's this guy, and he's going to, you click on play, and he will go through the actual problem. Also, you can click on caption. Closed captions is another thing to look at in case you're listening to the person, but you're just not understanding what he's saying. You could do the caption, and you'll see word for word what he's doing. So it's just really nice for people who are learning English and they haven't done it in a long time. Okay. All right. So that's how you do that particular setup. Also, let's say you're getting ready to study for a test. You could also go down to the review to do that. So you can go to my mylab gradebook. So down below you can go to the gradebook and actually do that as well. So here's mylab gradebook. Okay, and this is, let's say, because this is kind of like my place where I do practice with students. But anyways, this would be where all your homework is located in quizzes that you could review. You can't change them, but you can access them and review them for a test. So click on it, you will see all the problems that you have done, and you could literally redo those problems again as a way of practicing for the test. So these are a couple different places that you could go to actually help you besides just doing the homework and the quizzes. And so this is what I've seen a lot of students do in the past who have done a lot of this. They tend to get an A or a B in my class because they have practiced so much that when they take my tests, they've seen those kind of problems already, and it's an easy thing for them to do, and it gets over their anxiety as well, because a lot of people have test anxieties and worry about, hey, will I pass the test or not, and I don't like it when it's time. I think the only way to get over that in some resort is to just practice. Practice as much as possible will help you, and then doing different problems as well. And that is the end of this one.